Hey Aqua, do a 9-card spread for you. The oracles. Card spread. Look, Aqua. Wow. So Aqua, you are, maybe you're some kind of, you're meant to do something of service, some kind of healer in some kind of way. You could be in the healing arts, doctor, nurse, spiritual advisor, life coach, or maybe you're meant to do something as in service, or maybe you're in the service industry or healing industry. Maybe right now you're helping a loved one or caring for a sick loved one at this moment. Maybe somebody who has fallen ill, or they're caring for you. You're meant to do something within this life you're destined to service the world in some kind of way, or humanity. That makes sense, as you are the humanitarian. There is something with perception here. Maybe it's how you see the world, or maybe it's something you feel clear to your sight, or you feel like some clarity has come into your kind of consciousness, that you feel a lot more clear in what you're meant to do or what you're supposed to do within this life. You are destined to serve humanity in some kind of way. So there could be some kind of situation where there's a lack of forgiveness, or you're failing to forgive someone fully, or they feel like there's a situation that happened that somebody felt crossed and there was a lack of forgiveness, a falling out in some kind of way. Maybe it was due to some kind of gossip, some kind of lies that were said or told, and there was a lack of forgiveness because of it. So there is something that is destined to happen. Whatever depression or kind of like feeling of hopelessness is, or a feeling of, I don't know, giving up in some kind of way, or some kind of depression you feel like you are coming out of. Like there was something within you that was being held and oppressed in some kind of way, and you feel like you're getting some kind of life back. Something is destined to come back and reappear in some kind of way, because there was something that lacked a closing, like a completion. Somebody wants to come back from something that felt like they lack some kind of completion or closure of something. Maybe there was a lack of closure. Maybe there is something you failed to let go of, or you were unable to let go of, and something wants to come back. Something that didn't give you a chance to have closure before. I feel a lot of Mercury retrograde energies coming. Whatever the situation now, you feel like you're having a lot more clarity in the situation. You're feeling a lot more optimistic. And maybe in the past you had like, you felt like a victimhood or a victim mentality. You feel like you're coming out of that. And as you're getting your focus and your direction and you're coming out of this kind of victimhood, they feel confused. Maybe there is some kind of confusion that they were trying to put over you, and now that you were, they thought that they thought that you would always kind of be able to bend at their will in some kind of way, that, you know, you would kind of whatever the situation was, I feel like they kind of screwed you over for a while. Maybe if you try to offer them something and you actually try to give a lot to this situation and be helpful and caring towards the situation, but all of this person ever did was kind of gossip behind you, and like they kind of took your kindness for weakness. Perhaps you decided to take your energy back, and you decided not to forgive the people who kind of were kind of betraying you behind your back. You're destined to pull out of this kind of like feeling of disassociation or depression, and whatever blockages that were put up in your way, I feel like you're going to rise yourself up from it. Somebody feels like something isn't completely done yet, and somebody wants to come back in, and they're confused that you didn't react a certain kind of way when they walked away or whatever they did, because they were so used to you acting in a certain way, because maybe you were the scapegoat or the pushover, or like, you know, you were continually that person who just always tried to make things better, because you were so optimistic of trying to make things beautiful and better. And you did, you showed your love by serving, and you felt like this was something that you were destined to do, but then all they ever did was take advantage of you. And at one point you did feel victimized, but you decided to pull yourself out of that. But they were kind of playing mind games with you. They were coming back and forth. They were not being loyal. They were actually discarding you and love bombing you and talking behind your back, and then coming back when they needed to without, and leaving without giving you explanation, trying to leave you in some kind of confusion, or try to stimulate some kind of emotional reaction from you. And they're confused that you didn't react the way that they thought that you would react. What you don't know, there's some kind of miracle that will be happening. What you don't know is like the universe came in and offered you an environment that is much more blessed and protected, and because like you walk through some kind of portal, you put an ending towards this whole existence where you were just a service to everyone. And it was like your perception was foggy, and it was foggy because you had a lack of self-worth, because this person kind of broke you down a lot. And now you see things clear for the first time. And yeah, you are here to serve humanity. You were destined to. And the universe is coming in and is giving you some miracles to help you onto your path, because you decided to pull yourself away from this, but you don't do so, and by a lack of forgiveness from whatever that was done to you. You do this by forgiving and releasing. Maybe because you gave so much to this situation and they were quite cold, and not only were they cold, it was like they stabbed you in the back in the worst kind of way. And now that you decided to be more protective of yourself and pull yourself out of this negativity, it's like they kind of brought it all back to them. Maybe that they were trying to put some negativity and blockages out towards you. Maybe trying to find a way to infiltrate your energy in some kind of way. But I feel like you are protected, and because you're being guided. And you're going to have some confirmation of this. I feel like there will be a miracle that will occur. You've given so much. And you do have a purpose within this life. And as you were destined to serve humanity in some kind of way and offer some kind of clarity. Why was I even... Maybe this is a reason why. Somebody doesn't forgive you for some reason. Maybe because you refuse to forgive somebody, and now that they're regretful because they were disloyal to you in some kind of way. And you gave so much, and now that you pulled that loving energy away from them, now they really feel the hurt and the absence. You feel like you kind of compromised yourself for too much, and you stayed in a situation that you weren't really happy in. And now that you're no longer working with people who is like giving you signs of betrayal, you kind of brought yourself back to life in some kind of way. You were feeling like the victim, overwhelmed, everything was breaking down, but you feel like you needed to see a new perspective on your situation. That everything has a reason, that endings needed to happen in some kind of way, and really what you felt like when you were rejected and put out, you were really put on, steered to the right path, that you were in direction that you were meant to go towards. In the past, you were dealing with egotistical people that wanted to feel who were wanted to feel like they're winning over you in some kind of way, and but you kind of took the higher road. You refused to gossip about the situation or people, even if they did kind of and you took the higher road. You don't want to gossip, or you don't want to feed the fuel, feed the fire feed fuel to the fire. You want to keep your head up and just go towards, but people around you were trying to make you feel beneath them in some kind of way by tearing you down. Maybe they lied about you in some kind of way. They were spreading kind of nasty rumors, but then, you were victorious over it. King of Wands, Aries, Sag, or Leo. There's a lack of completion with a fire sign, or they feel there's a lack of completion with you, but I feel that you're right where you feel that you need to be. You're feeling like you're going towards your destined path, your north node, and whoever this fire sign is on the outside of you, they feel like there is a lack of closure and they're confused. as to why you don't want to deal with them. Why, if they kind of abandoned you or ghosted you in some kind of way, that you didn't run after them, but then instead, because they try to enact some kind of emotion, instead of you kind of seeing the shadow that they try to put in front of you, you saw the clarity into really what was underneath. And instead of seeing it as a loss, you saw it as kind of maybe as a redemption to gain your freedom. And it really became a blessing in disguise, because it put you in the path that you needed to be. They feel stuck right now and confused. There could be a loss of a mother, or you could have lost a grandmother or a mother figure. But, or possibly even a relationship, or somebody, a relationship or a mother figure that was disloyal for you in some kind of way, whatever situation that you were working towards, or it was destined for you to not nourish something. But whatever loss that happens, it's important to see things in a new perspective. That it was really a miracle, and if it is a loss of a life or an ending of a time period, it was really more of a miracle. That, what is this miracle underneath? I don't know. Perhaps you did lose a mother figure, but in the future you're going to pull yourself out of it after this grief period, and you're going to see things in a newer perspective. What you don't see is there's some kind of miracle underneath. What's this miracle? There's going to be a miracle up ahead. Ooh. And it's seeing things the way it should be. It's shining a light on somebody or somebody's nature, on how they really are, and it's making you end a relationship. It's bringing the light on something, and it's revealing something. If this was somebody who you gave a lot to and they were disloyal to you in some kind of way, it's going to be found out. But rejection is God's blessing. What is it? Rejection is protection? This is what I feel like. And it's going to be a miracle. It's going to be serendipitous on how something will be revealed, and it will lead you onto the correct path that you should be going towards. Just remember that. But that's what I got for you, Aquarius. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. Donation box below if you feel moved to do so. Yeah, really helps to get the word out about my channel. And yeah, and if you're able. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.